Well, go on, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Can you hear me? Sorry. As you can tell, before I even get into this video, I've been running late. I needed to make sure that I did everything on time. I was running a bit late. I've been busy. I'm still in my work clothes. It's free advertising for the place that I do work. That's all right. You know what? They pay my wages, so I can't really complain. But I hope you're doing well. And as we like to see, Jake is already here before it starts, eating an Indian takeaway. Let me know what that order is. I want to know what your Indian takeaway is, because for me, before I even get in a video, let me give you my Indian takeaway. I like a tikka masala, I do like spice, don't get me wrong. I know I sound like a weak man when I say I like a tikka masala, but I think it's just safe to go for. So, yeah, let me know your Indian takeaway, please. I want to know. Keeman on, you better have. Grace, hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope you've had a good week, Grace. Tish, hey, T. How you doing, Tish? It's nice to see you. Hope you've had a great week. I know it's not been the best, but you're here, and I'm hoping this will add, and you know what? Put the cherry on top of the cake for the week. I know it's not been a great cake, but it's still a cake at the end of the day. I'll eat it. So here we are, my Premier League preview. Guess what? It's back. It's back. The Premier League's back. I know I'm getting a bit over the top here, but I'm just happy. I'm just so happy the Premier League's back. Even if Arsenal are bottom of the league right now, it doesn't matter to me because I love football. And this is where Arsenal, I've got to come out on top. How nice to see you here. Love a bit of cake. I know. Don't we all? Who doesn't? Come on. I'm like, what's the saying there? I'm a fat kid. Like a fat kid loves cake. It's like a vegetable cake. Okay, no, I don't like that cake. Fadsley, nice to see you here, my bro. Is Pepe actually nailed in the Arsenal team? We'll get into that one a bit later, Fadsley. You can stay around, stick around, because we've got something coming up for you. And this is mainly because of you, because I know you like it. FPL talk. We'll do some FPL talk later towards the end. I'll show you my FPL team. I've been and ahhing. I've been stuck, I'm struggling, and I probably will change my mind last minute again before tomorrow's game kicks off. But what have you said there? I need an Arsenal player in fantasy. It's either Pepe, Ødegaard, or Smith Rowe. Do you know what? You know what? We're gonna have to get into it later because I'm not too sure right now who I'd pick out of those. 3 likes before you've even started making moves. Thank you, Know-How. Appreciate that. Yes, thank you everyone for hitting the like button. We've got 6 people in here all together. Please hit that like button. Know-How, you're bigging it up, man. Thank you so much. You're always there, and you're always telling people click on the bell. I ain't forgetting you, man. But yes, people, it's the Premier League preview. Sorry, I'm a bit rushed, and this is giving me a bit of time to calm down and sort everything out. Because if you run over that 10 minutes late on Facebook, it's an issue, and you won't be able to go live on there. So I'm just having to sort everything out now. Before I go into the video, I need to share my screen and everything. It's a bit of a shambles, this one, but you know what? We're here for it. You know what? But I think I'm ready to share. Yes, I am. Here we go. As you can see, the first game of the week. Oh, sorry. What am I going down for? Going back down. First game of the weekend is Crystal Palace versus Spurs. I've got the notes here on my phone for this game. It's a 12:30 kickoff. As you can see, it's at Selhurst Park in London. Crystal Palace, the home team. So just to give you a bit of a background on this, Spurs won the last matchup 4-1. The last time these two teams faced, Spurs won 4-1, it was a big one. If you guys remember it, let me know who scored and everything, because I'm not too sure. I don't really try to keep a track of Spurs games too often, unless they're playing Arsenal, which they are soon. But yes, Spurs won the last game 4-1. I'm joking. I do track every game. I'm a football weirdo. Don't listen to me when I'm talking about Spurs like that. At Selhurst Park, though, the game did end 1-1. I remember that one because Spurs did take the lead, and then Palace equalised, and then they could have ended up winning that game. I remember Guaita had a fantastic game. But yes, before I get to carry on, we've got quite a few comments coming in as well. You know what? Let's show you guys some appreciation. Shearer, nice to see you, man. Walking back from the gym, bro. How are you? I'm good. What did you train today? Let me know. I'm not too bad. How was your session? What did you train? My mates literally laugh at me when I pick an Arsenal player. I mean, Arteta, desperate for a win. They're going to bounce back. Partey is back. Gabriel is back. You know it, man. Fadsley, your mates, they won't be laughing. You'll be having the last laugh, trust me. They will bag you some points. I've got an Arsenal player in my team as well, but I'm going to have to make you wait and see who that is. What's Fadsy saying? 2-1 Palace win. No Son for Spurs. He is a doubt, and that's also a part of my notes. He is a doubt. He's not guaranteed to be out yet. But before I get into Spurs, let me go into Crystal Palace first, the home side. For players coming in, Luka Milivojevic could be returning. We may see him start. He may be on the bench, but he's definitely returning. And so is their new signing from Reading, Michael Elise, my breakthrough player for Crystal Palace. Guys, I'm literally begging to see him. But before I go, Mitchell Timmins. Yes, bro, how's it going? Mitch, don't you worry. It's Mitch from Friday Football. Aye, Mitch, I ain't ever forgetting you, man. I know you. I saw the last name and I knew it was you. How you doing, man? Thank you for joining, man. Oh, it's nice to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's been ages since we played Friday Football. Shearer came one time. How was football going for you? You know what? We have to have a chat afterwards on Instagram. Tariq Talks, Snapchat. It's all in the description below. Add me on there. We'll have a proper chat afterwards. Grace, have a feeling Chelsea versus Aston Villa is going to be 1-0 either way. Hopefully Chelsea, but that's what I think. Big pool day, then saw your notification. That's it. You was in mid-set of a pull-up, so you had to just drop yourself down and then go and have a, click on this. I appreciate that. Edward deserves a mention. Fadsley, you get, you know what? You should do this video. You're getting ahead of me. You're doing my job for me. Fadsley, keep them coming in though. Now, appreciate it, man. But yes, back in there. So the ins, Luka Milivojevic, the captain, the skipper. We'll have to wait and see if Patrick Vieira does rate him and does want to start him in this game. Michael Elise, one who I seriously rate, and I think that Patrick Vieira will. And then the next one, as Fadzi says right there, Odsonne Edouard. I really rate this kid, I mean, he's not a kid, he's older than me. But yeah, trust me, the Premier League, this is going to be his time to shine. It's going to be a big test, though. I'm not saying he's going to guarantee light up the Premier League and score 10, 15 goals, but the style of play is the type of striker. I wanted him at Arsenal. He's an all-round striker. He's very technically good on the ball. Plays for France's under-21s. I don't think he does anymore because he's aged 23, 24. But yeah, he was a mainstay for their under-21s, causing so many issues technically, left foot, right foot, free kicks, headers, that type of striker. Proper Premier League striker now, and I think you guys will appreciate him. So Odsonne Edouard is back, and he's back, but he's making his first appearance in the Premier League. Will he start though? Will Crystal Palace, will Patrick Vieira go with Christian Benteke? The thoughts is that he might start with Christian Benteke up top, so we'll have to wait and see with there. Also, Will Hughes, who could be on the bench. I don't think he'll start. I don't think he'll displace the likes of Conor Gallagher. And then with the likes of Luka Milivojevic, if he comes in, it's going to be tricky to see him starting, but Conor Gallagher is also going to start for them as well. For Spurs, though, the ins, there's quite a few outs, but it's a bit up in the air with the outs, but I'll get into that in a sec. Emerson Royale, the new signing, the right back from Barcelona, who actually joined Barcelona at the start of the window from Real Betis, but there was some basically it was a third-party agreement. Basically, when Real Betis brought Emerson Royale from the Brazilian League, I'm not quite sure who they're signing from in the Brazilian League. Don't quote me on that. If you guys know, let me know. That they had to, they made a bid with Barcelona, and Barcelona owned partly of him, but they had a release clause in the contract saying after 2 seasons, was it 3 seasons? I'm not sure as long as went there. But I just know this for a fact, that Barcelona could buy him for 8 million. And Barcelona did it. Bought him and then decided to sell him on and make a profit. So yeah. So Crystal Palace team. So that's Crystal Palace team who's done. Emerson Royale in, but the outs, and it could be, this isn't guaranteed either, by the way. It's a bit up in the air. If any of you saw that Brazil versus Argentina game, or the kerfuffle malarkey about Brazil saying that the players broke COVID regulations, and then the Premier League not allowing players go to red list countries, which is in South America. and then FIFA coming in and the South American team saying, they can't play in the Premier League for breaking some type of rule, etc. We don't quite know what's going to happen yet, so this may change. But at the moment, Davinson Sanchez, Giovanni Lo Celso, and Christian Romero are out. As Fadzdi said as well, Sonny's a doubt, but I think he'll still play. I do think he'll still play. And do you know what? For me, I've got my predictions already up this time. So I think this game will end 2-1 to Spurs. That's my prediction for the game. Guys, let me know your predictions. Chuck them in now, and I'll move on to the Brentford-Brighton game. Chuck your predictions for that. I want to keep them. I want to save them. And then when we come to the Monday review show, I'll pick out the winners. That's what I want to do. Give you a shout out, say, yo, Fadsley, like you. Grace smashes it as well. Tish, you're in here. Anyone? Jake, Mitchell, you're here now. Let me know. Know how. Everyone, let me know what you think. Ed, you'll be watching back. And anyone else watching back later, please drop your predictions in the comments. I will go through them at the end of the weekend too. So let me know. That's my prediction for the Crystal Palace Spurs game. Let me go through some of the comments here before I go. Can CP turn around 12 games without a win at Spurs? Ooh, it's not, well, against Spurs, do you mean? This isn't at Spurs. So is it last 12 games I haven't beaten? I don't think they're ready. Nah, because of how many players are still yet to come back, and yeah, I feel like they still need time to gel, and this game probably comes a bit too soon. Maybe later on in the season they could away from home, but even that would be difficult, with the home crowds back. Mitchell saying, Big Mitch, Palace made some decent signings this window. Yo, Mitch, hands up. That's a big call, and it's true. I believe so. I think they had one of the best windows, given the fact they had such a massive turnover of players. The amount of players that got released from Crystal Palace too, with the likes of Andros Townsend, Scott Dan, Gary Cahill, big players like that, and they've been able to recruit well with the likes of Mark Gahey, who's a highly rated centre-back, come from Chelsea, killing it in the Championship for Swansea, season in, season out. And then Joachim Anderson, who performed brilliantly for a relegated Fulham team, but he was a standout performer for them. Michael Elise, I'm waxing lyrical about him. You'll see him. You'll see the lad. When you watch him, I'm not doing a watch along for that game, but I am doing watch alongs tomorrow. I'm doing 2, so stay tuned for that. I'll talk about that at the end. Yeah, brilliant signings. Odsonne Edouard as well. That's an upgrade. Any striker they previously had, in my opinion. Tish, Grace, you get it right every week. Exactly. You know it, Tish. Know how did he ever play for City before moving to Celtic? Odsonne Edouard. It's a good question. Do you know what? I'm going to have a look at that right now as we speak. If any of you guys know, just drop it in the comments. I'm going to have a look at that. Did he play for City before? If that's a big call, you know what? No. Oh, yes, it wasn't City. He was at Paris Saint-Germain. Yeah, he was at PSG. He came through the PSG Youth Academy. And then that's it. I remember now. Yeah, because I see what you're saying there. No, how wrong team, no. Wrong oil club. But yeah, he played for Paris Saint-Germain. He came through their academy. Who will get more goals, Edouard or Tony? I'm saying Odsonne Edouard because I think that Odsonne Edouard has better creativity around him. And I feel like his game he has more to his game than an Ivan Toney does. Don't get me wrong, Ivan Toney scores goals and he can, if he gets a chance, he will score type of thing. But I feel like Odsonne Edouard can create his own chances too. He's a very good technical dribbler as well. You'll see him drop deep, linking up play. Ivan Toney is very good at holding up the ball and being a poacher. That's where he gets most of his goals, from in the box and penalties. But Odsonne Edouard can take free kicks too. So for me, Edouard, I will back Edouard for the team. And I think Crystal Palace, I'll probably... who's better, Crystal Palace or Brentford? I'm going to say Palace. They've got a better squad, but who will perform better? It's going to be a bit different. Basically, Barca broke. Yeah, exactly. To do with Emerson Royale. Hasn't Brazil called for a ban on their PL players? Yes, they have. But in some press conferences today, when I was doing my research for these fixtures and for the team news, a lot of managers have said, yeah, it may not happen. They may still get the clear, with the likes of Rafinha at Leeds. When I get to Leeds, I'll mention that one there as well. Jake's going 4-0 Spurs. Know how 1-0 Spurs versus Spurs. See Crystal Palace drawn 2, lost 10. Okay, thank you for letting me know that. Know how interesting. So there's another one for the video as well. Crystal Palace have drawn 2 but lost 10 to Spurs in their last 12. So that just adds for more reason to why that I think Crystal Palace will beat Spurs. Once all transportation switch to electric, Oil Club will be screwed. But guess what? There's quite a few things, Fadsley, that still require oil. I heard something. Don't quote me on this again. I'm not no genius, but doesn't that still require oil to generate electricity? We'll have to wait and see. There is still some like that. There will still be like a lot of things that will go through oil and that. So oil money probably still, you know, it will probably still be there, and it'll take a while anyway, I believe, for once all transportation to go to electric, because there's a lot more things that use petrol too. So yeah, Fadsley, there we go. Moving on to the next game. Let me get this banner off for you. Next game is, we're not doing the Arsenal versus Norwich. I was going to do a preview later on that, but I don't think I have that much time. So we're going to move on to Brentford versus Brighton. 3:00 kickoff at the Brentford Community Stadium. Let me get you some facts and figures on that one. This is actually the first match in the Premier League between these two sides. As you probably think that with every team that Brentford plays is going to be their first game. So scrap that one. But yeah, this is their first game. I think it's their first game in the top flight ever for both of these teams. That's interesting. But the last time these guys did play, it ended in a 3-3 draw in the Championship in 2017. Hoping, you know what, for the neutral, I'm hoping the exact same. Something like that, or something along them lines. Do you know what I mean? So good watch for match of the day. Not for if you're a Brentford or Brighton fan, though. Defense, they've both got quite solid defenses as well. Started off with good defenses this season, I believe, from Brentford and Brighton. Brentford have only conceded 1 goal, and Brighton have conceded 1-0. Is it 1? Who did they play last game? I can't remember. But sorry. But back to the video anyway. For Brentford, Matthias Jensen, another player that I really rate and who I do think is a good player, and one for you guys to watch in the Premier League this season. He's back, and I think he came off the bench, or did he start against Aston Villa? Yes, I think he did. Oh yeah, they forgot they conceded against Villa. Yeah, that was the 1 goal that Brentford conceded. So yes, he's looking to start and looking to build his fitness and build his way back into the Premier League. Out, Josh Da Silva is still out with a hip injury. One of the breakthrough players for me that I said you need to watch. And Mads Bech Sorensen, who's out with a knee injury, but he's not really looking to start anyway. So that doesn't make much of a difference to the starting team that we have seen in the first 3 games for Brentford. However, for Brighton, Tariq Lamptey could return. May see him on the bench after he returns to training this week. Solly March also back from a little injury that he picked up. So yes, you may see him start. However, the new signing, Marc Cucurella, brilliant signing as well, by the way. I'm looking forward to seeing him play in the Premier League. Barcelona product, could make his first appearance. You may see him start. It's going to be obviously a toss-up between Solly March and Marc Cucurella, whoever Graham Potter decides to go for. Danny Welbeck may make his first start for the season as well for Brighton. And also out is Dan Burn. So we're not going to see Dan Burn on that left. So it's literally a toss-up between Solly March or Marc Cucurella, whoever Graham Potter deems ready, fit, and Premier League ready for the first game. So for this game, my prediction... Hold on, let me bring it down here. For this game, I have gone for Brentford 2, Brighton 2. I think this is going to be a draw. I can see Ivan Toney scoring in this game, or Mbeumo, one of the two. I don't see both of them score. Well, both of them probably could score. I also see Brentford as very dangerous from set pieces, even though Brighton do have a lot of height and players who are dangerous from set pieces themselves. Defensively, I'm not too sure on Robert Sanchez from set pieces in corners, defending those. So for me, I do feel like this is going to be a draw. Let me see what you guys are saying in the comments. Oh, here we go. Jake, 2-2, I reckon. Hey, you called it. Yo, we got great minds think alike. And then Fadsy saying Brighton concede 3. Have they conceded 3 this season? Who did they play last game? Oh, yes, 2 against Everton. Yes, perfect. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. This is what I love, you guys. 1-0 Brighton. Fadsy's going for. Brighton have started the season pretty well, to be fair to them. You have to give them credit there. And they have looked quite dangerous. Graham Potter, I spoke wax lyrical about him already. Did Brighton replace Ben White? They actually didn't make a signing with fumbling my words. They didn't make a signing to replace Ben White, but Shane Duffy did return from Celtic on his loan. So that is their replacement for Ben White. This was hard, really, for a club like Brighton to really replace Ben White with a signing. They already have the likes of Adam Webster, Lewis Dunk there as well. Dan Burnley could also play centre-back, and Shane Duffy. So they are quite stacked in that position, as well as Joel Veltman, who can cover in that position too, especially with Lamptey back. And know-how on with Fads, 1-0 Brighton. I've gone for a 2-2, so Fads and know-how versus me and Jake. There you go. We're going to have to remember this one. Jake, let's see what happens. If Brighton win, even if it's not 1-0, 2-1, I guess they take the 3 points. But if Brentford win, then we all lose. So the next game here is Leicester City versus Manchester City. 3 o'clock kickoff at the King Power Stadium. I'm sure most of you people remember the first game between these two last season, and it was a 5-2 victory for Leicester at the Etihad. It was quite a surprise. Man City did have a few defensive problems there. I remember in that game, Nathan Ake and Eric Garcia playing. They didn't partner together in the Premier League after then. Or probably, if they did, probably once Man City already won the league. So in this game, it's quite interesting. So in the second game, though, Manchester City did win 2-0. So they didn't struggle. So they learnt their lessons. They moved forward. However, though, the last time these two did play, it was that 1-0 victory in the Community Shield for Leicester. Kelechi Iheanacho scoring the penalty and taking it home for the Foxes. For Leicester, though, some team news. It's quite important and it's quite interesting to go through this team news, actually. Yannick Vestergaard is ready to return, as well as Johnny Evans. They may both start. One of them may start, one of them may be on the bench, or both of them may be on the bench. We'll have to wait and see what Brendan Rodgers decides to go for there. I do feel like Ryan Bertrand, who's back with the illness. Apparently, he's not. YouTube don't like you saying that. So you know what? I'm not going to say it. With the illness that everybody knows. So he's looking to start. And Ademola Lookman, he may start too. I feel like he will start. I feel like Brendan Rodgers will start him because for the outs, Ayoze Perez is still suspended with that red card he picked up against West Ham. James Justin and Wesley Fofana remain out for Leicester. Obviously, James Justin, who was told, I remember actually, he was meant to be coming back after the international break, but because it was such a serious knee injury, it will take him a while. He'll probably play some under 23s and then probably make the odd substitute appearance, and it will take a while for him to get back and sharp and fit and ready to what he previously was, even come close to the form. If he does that this season, that's brilliant, and that's a good recovery, and he'll be happy with that. For Manchester City, though, big player, could be coming back, Kevin De Bruyne. As is it Derek Ray, the one in FIFA says it like that? Kevin De Bruyne. He could be back for this game. Whether we'll see him on the bench or starting, who knows? Pep Guardiola may not want to risk him. He does have the depth on the bench, and he does have the depth in the squad, with the likes of Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish now, Ferran Torres, Sterling, Mahrez, Gundogan, Rodri, Fernandinho. I know Rodri and Fernandinho are defensive midfielders, but he could play two of them and then still have like Gundogan or Bernardo, or the plethora of talent that Manchester City do have is ridiculous. So yes, that's for Manchester City, but the outs is important too, given the fact that the ban from Brazil could still be in effect, as well as the ban from all South American teams too. Ederson could be banned, Jesus could be banned, and Zach Steffen is out with the illness. So in goal, there's two goalkeepers out. We could see Scott Carson. Yes, remember the name. Scott Carson could be back for Manchester City. His first game he played his first game last season once Man City already won the league against Newcastle since 2011. So this will be his second game in about 10 years. His second game in 10 years in the Premier League. Crazy that. But you know what? I don't think it'll make that much of a difference. I do think that they will concede now that Scott Carson's in goal, but I've gone for a 3-1 Manchester City win. And the reason why I've gone for that, I haven't actually been too impressed with Leicester's performances in their opening 3 games. The first game against Wolves, I don't feel like they deserve to win that. Brilliant goal from Jamie Vardy. Didn't deserve it, in my opinion. Wolves missed chances, as they did in all three of their all of their games. Apologies. Second game, they lost that one to West Ham. Obviously, they got battered 4-1. And then the last game that they played against Norwich was just a 2-1 victory as well, where they kind of scraped it. And Norwich were deemed as unlucky, well, from my opinion anyway. Brighton scoring the winner there. Jamie Vardy, it's going to be important for him to be on fire if Leicester are going to have any chance. Iheanacho as well. Obviously, they've still got their new signings, Patson Daka, Bibakari Samare, but I don't see them starting in these type of games. You'll probably see them starting in midweek in the Europa League games. That's probably where you'll see them play most of their minutes to begin with for Brendan Rodgers, as they kind of integrate into the side, get used to the Premier League style, get used to how Leicester play their football. They are very young at the end of the day, so I don't expect to see them being thrown in straight away. Ademola Lookman, he can make a difference, but Manchester City just have too much going forward. And as I spoke about Leicester, they have defensive issues, defensive injuries that are easing, but I don't think it'll be enough to cope with Manchester City's attack. So I've gone with a 3-1 win for Man City. Let me go back to the comments, people. Grit Screen partnership, there you go. From centre back to striker, I was the Van Dijk to your Mo Salah. That's what it was, Jake. Scott Carson versus Jamie Vardy, exactly, Fadsley. We're going to have to see that one there. Ball over the top with that Man City high line. Scott Carson racing Jamie Vardy. Yeah, we know what's happening there. We know who's winning that race, and it's not Scott Carson. I think this game will be very slow. Both teams have had a majority of players an international break. It's a good, interesting point that I never really raised. Thank you for that, Jake. Not much rest, so I think a 0-0. Okay, I see the logic in that one. Jake's gone for a 0-0. Leicester versus Man City never ends in a draw. It's a good point, Fadsley, there. I'm loving this discussion, I'm backing Leicester. They haven't lost to City at home for 3 games. Vardy loves to score against City. Oops, sorry. I need to fix my chair. There we go. I was meant to lean back like that. But Leicester lost last season, Fadsley, 2-0 to City. I think Benjamin Mendy scored in that game. Yeah, we won't say too much about him. City will start rolling again soon. I can see them wanting to avenge their last game against Leicester. Exactly. They've got that in there. And you know how Pep Guardiola, he may overthink it, though. You know how Pep Guardiola does in these types of situations. It's going to be interesting to see. Benjamin Grieve, nice to see you there. Salah or Ronaldo, captain. Benjamin, if you can hold fire towards the end, I will go through that. And then once you see my fancy team come up, you'll know it's ready. Fadsley, what's he saying again? The scene Mendy escaped the prison. The scene Mendy escaped the prison to take the pen against Leicester. Imagine, he's in custody right now. He needs to escape them first. He needs to escape the feds. But saw something on Sky Sports, didn't read into it. Hasn't Vardy just became some kind of partnership in a new football team? Oh, I'm not sure. I'm going to have to look into that. Fadsley, is this on breaking news? Breaking, FIFA will overturn their decision and allow Fred to play for Man United on Saturday as their ability. Fadsley, why are you catching me with that, man? With the little, yo. Oh, man, you're a joker. Yeah, there's no way in hell that he's from Brazil. Nah, when you see him play, yo, guys, why am I falling for Fadsley, man? Yo, I keep doing it. 2-1 Leicester win. Can see you going that one. Can't see United losing if Fred plays. He's having a stinker. Yeah, I know. And can see. Sorry, can see. Oh, I read that wrong. You know what? It's one of them ones. Fred is a problem. Mendy did a madness. That's what 0 minutes does for you. Yeah, he's always moved a bit mad though. Have you seen the videos of like him in a changing room and like touching up on a man? Yeah, it's a problem. But anyways, back to the video. Manchester United versus Newcastle. The big game one of the big games in the weekend for obvious reasons. Cristiano Ronaldo making his return to Old Trafford. Couldn't be coming up against a better side, in my opinion, than, Newcastle with Steve Bruce, who always rolls over and lets his belly get tickled by Manchester United. So for this one, it's an easy Manchester United win, even before reading out the team news. But I'm going to read it out anyway. Let's read out the record from before. Last season, Manchester United won both games at Old Trafford 4-1. 4-1 at St James's Park, this was, and 3-1 at Old Trafford. I remember that because that one was after the international break when Manchester United had the tricky period, but then they came back and bounced back, and that's when they really kicked on and had that ball rolling from last season. Ins, obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo going to start. Jadon Sancho could start as well, may see him start, but he may be on the bench. And Scott McTominay, who may return after he received groin surgery. So it's going to be interesting to see if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer does go with him there and does decide to risk him. Otherwise, with the Fred being out, we may see Donny van der Beek, Shearer, Fadsley, know-how. You might be happy to hear that. You may see Donny van der Beek start, for the first time in forever, it feels like. So I think that Ronaldo is definitely going to start. Know-how. Let me just. I know there's previous comments. I will go to that, but I saw that one. It caught my eye. He's definitely starting. So if you're thinking a fancy team, don't worry about that. He will start. Ronaldo will start most games for United unless he's not needed. Outsold for Manchester United, Alex Telles. He has returned back to training, but I do think this one will be too soon for him. Fred, obviously with the ban, we'll have to wait and see. With that one, it's not confirmed yet. And Marcus Rashford is still out as he's recovering from shoulder surgery. For Newcastle, it's even worse. It gets even worse for them. But Isaac Hayden returns. I mean, that's not where it gets worse. Apologies, Isaac Hayden, if you are watching. Probably not. But yeah, apologies to Isaac Hayden. But yeah, he's returning, as well as Cole Darlow. He may start, but they may continue with Freddie Woodman in goal, who's looked pretty decent when he's played. And also Paul Dummett may return at the back. Outsole, and this is where it gets bad news. And if you guys have checked out my Premier League prediction video, go have a look at it, because it's the last video on here, because this is what I said about Newcastle. Callum Wilson is out with a thigh injury. So even their top goal scorer is out for this one. That kind of sways it and makes me think even more of a Man United win, but certain else in the result. Martin Dubravka's out with an injury, John Joe Shelby, Ryan Fraser, and youngster Elliot Anderson. And do you know what? I have gone for a simple Manchester United 4-1. Not even that. Get the one out. No Callum Wilson. 4-0 win for Manchester United. That's my prediction for this one. Fadsley, there you go. Newcastle without Wilson, Fraser, they ain't scored. Fadsley, my bro, we agree on that one. Sorry, I just smacked the cat on the microphone then. We agree on that one. Shearer's gone for a 3-1. Yo, Shearer, my question is, where are Newcastle getting that goal? St. Maximin doing a madness. I mean, he could. He's that good. But speaking of Mendy in the changing room, don't worry about that. That's rumours. Don't worry. Jake Richards. Why am I reading out your whole name? Jake 5-0. Ronaldo to get 4 goals. Okay. So he's your captain on FPL this week. Nah, Donny not going to start. If Sancho starts, Matt H. Pogba pivot. True. Yeah, probably could happen. Yeah, probably will. He probably will do that. Yeah, boring. But you should do it against Newcastle. There's no problems there. I'd love that. Did you see his interview with Ferdy? Oh, yes, they did have an interview with Ferdy. I heard about it. I haven't seen it. But yeah, he spoke about the lack of games, but he said that if he wasn't going to get games, then the manager would have sold him. So positive, I guess. He's thinking of it in a positive way. Fair play to Donny van der Beek for that, because it hasn't been the greatest of time at Manchester United for him, in his own personal opinion. Interview with Ferdy. I thought West Brown. No, it was with Ferdinand. Are you getting mixed up with your light skins, Fadsley? That's the problem. We'll give them one, bro. Nah. Come on. You didn't. Nah. You ain't giving them one. They can't do that. They can't score. But yeah, 4-0 Manchester United. I've gone. If you're right, Shearer, I'll give you a shout out and give myself one thump in the head. Next game is Southampton versus West Ham at St Mary's Stadium. Obviously, the favourites for this one is West Ham. The boys in claret and blue. The Hammers. Yeah. Sorry, what am I on about? The Hammers. Southampton versus West Ham. Let's go into the previous record for this game. Last season at the St Mary's, this game finished 0-0. Not a promising sight we'd like to see. However, at the London Stadium, West Ham did win by 3-0. So West Ham came out with 4 points in this fixture last season. Any ins? Is there any players coming back from injury to talk about for Southampton? Nope. But outs, there is one, and that is Stuart Armstrong, who is a doubt. He may still play, but he's a doubt for this one. West Ham, no ins as well. No one to talk of. No one who may start. Obviously, you've got the likes of Nikola Vlasic and Alex Kral as well. They may start. They may make their first appearance for West Ham. Kurt Zouma, though, he's a bit of a doubt. There's another one that we'd like to see, but he's a bit of a doubt given he's got personal issues at the moment. I don't know what that could be. I don't know. I don't want to go out there speculating either, because it could be something serious, so we don't know. And Winston Reid, I completely forgot about him. Wasn't he on loan at Brentford last season for like a game or two? So yeah, he's out with an injury, as he has been for most of his West Ham career, towards the end of it anyway. In this game, I have actually gone for Southampton 1, West Ham 2. 2-1 win for West Ham. Antonio will score. FPL boys, we'll get into it in a bit. Antonio will score there for me. 2-1 win for West Ham. The Hammers will continue their fine start to the season, in my opinion. I just don't see that Southampton scoring too many, and their defence leaks too many too, in my opinion. So that's usually a recipe for defeat. Next game is Watford versus Wolves. Watford with 3 points on the board, whereas Wolves has 0, and matching Arsenal, but completely different moods. And after those 3 games, Wolverhampton Wanderers at Vicarage Road, though, travelling away. It's going to be interesting, this one. And the previous games between these two, the last time these two clubs faced, Watford came out victorious, winning 2-1 at Vicarage Road. However, Wolves won the first Premier League game, the first Premier League fixture that season, winning 2-0 at the Molineux. So it's going to be interesting there. So 3 points each last time they played. Roll of the dice. Wolves are probably edging it as favourites, but slight favourites, given the fact that they haven't scored yet this season. So we'll have to wait and see. Watford, team news though, ins. This is quite an important one for Watford. João Pedro could return, may make a start, but probably see him on the bench. That's a good one. He was a key player for them last season. Out, so Dan Gosling and Ben Foster remain out through injury. Yes, the cycling GK is not fit. He's not started. He's not their starting goalkeeper anymore under Cisco Munoz. But it's disappointing. I want to see. I enjoy Ben. I love Ben Foster, man. He's such a character, and there's not many characters like that in football who are just like genuine humans, and they got something interesting. They're not afraid to be themselves on camera. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't care about scrutiny. That's why he's smashing on the YouTube game now. Fair play to him. Wolves team ins. Raul Jimenez. Bruno Lage did talk and say that, yeah, he's cleared to play, but we're still yet to see. This is what I'm saying. It's up in the air with this ban. Raul Jimenez may not play. Daniel Podence, he's back. He may be on the bench or start. We'll have to wait and see, depending on Raul Jimenez again, I'll bet. And the same goes for Hwang Hee-chan, new signing on loan from RB Leipzig. I'm saying like Derek Ray now. I was glad to say I'm playing too much FIFA, but I haven't touched FIFA in about 4 months. Something like that. Well, not 4 months. Can't say that. I played it at the Euros final, with Shearer and Hayden. So, but yeah, slap Shearer about and lost to Hayden. But back to the video anyway. Also, the outs for Wolves. Is it Juego Bueno? I love that name. Juego Bueno is out with an injury. Johnny Castro still out as well, and Pedro Neto obviously still out. I don't know about Johnny actually, but I know Neto is a long-term absentee. However, though, even with those outs, I have still gone with the Wolves win. I have gone with a 2-0 Wolves win. Let me get to the comments as well. By the way, I've missed a few. I've been rushing. I've been going too fast. We're 40 minutes in. We've got enough time. Donny interview. Never mind. Okay. Yes, Donny tried the Pogba discontent trick. It did. Yeah, with Pogba that worked though because he's got a massive little fan base. Walcott out for the Saints too. Thank you for bringing that one up, Jake. Thank you. Anyone, if I miss something, just chuck it in and I'll read it out as well. Walcott being out, that's an issue for the Saints. Hard decision, but I'll go 2-1 to Antonio FC. That's a bit disrespectful, Fadsley. Come on, West Ham are decent. To be honest, though, they have only got one striker in Mikel Antonio, so you are right. Saint Maximan overrated. Oh, no, how we're gonna have words. know how he's not over it. Come on. You gotta. You know what? No, how we're gonna have to have words when a Newcastle watch along comes. We've got to be on it. I won't be doing it for tomorrow because my beloved Arsenal are playing. So if Arsenal were playing it like later or on a Sunday or something, out of all those games, I would watch Man United Newcastle just for Ronaldo. But yeah, St. Maximan. I love him. You know. I do think that he struggles with the same issues as Adama in terms of finishing, but style of play, that's what I like watching these players for. And when he does score, he's amazing. See his goal against Southampton? Oh, come on. It's a player, man. 2-1 West Ham win. Yeah, I think we've all gone for a 2-1, actually. West Ham, yeah, you know how's gone for the same as well. So we're all agreeing on this one for the first time ever. Raul Jimenez is back for Wolves, so hopefully we have some goals to be seen with Raul Jimenez. It's just one of them ones. He needs it to hit off his backside knee, his head, just smack him in the face. And I think that's when he'll start rolling and start gaining more confidence. And because that's what it is for Raul Jimenez. It's not even fitness. It's to do with confidence and feeling confident on the football pitch and strong again mentally. Will Declan play? He must be knackered. You know what? He plays every game for them, though. He definitely will play. He played 90 minutes as well against Poland. But this is why I don't talk about England, because imagine if I spoke about England and Arsenal. Oh, my hair. I'll be ripping my hair out. But yes, Wolves 1-0, I think. That's the Wolves fan coming out of you. As you can see in his little icon there, people. He was actually playing at the Molineux there in goal. You know what I mean? Like, it's better than Jose Sarr. I can tell you that for a fact. 2-0 Wolves. Wolves concede 1. Goal to Spurs. United. Leicester. That's a tough team. Yeah, exactly. 1. And do you know what? Fadsley, they were the better team in both of those games. All three of them, they were the better team in all three of those games. So fair play to Wolves. If they do get the ball rolling in goals and Jimenez or Traore can find his shooting boots, game over. Trincao versus Sarr. I think it's more Adama versus Sarr in that one. Trincao's good. I know you rate him as well. I definitely do. No GoPro footage, exactly. The Premier League won't allow it, you know, to do all them rights and all that malarkey. Trincao passed my eye test against United, FPL-wise. Yo, Fadsley, you're getting into some gems right now, you know, and then obviously Know How agrees with you. I'm not going to give too much away, but you'll wait and see. Okay. Oh, you're getting me gassed. FPL. I know this isn't an FPL stream, so Premier League, but we've actually got 3 more games to go through quickly. I'll go through them quickly so we can get more time on the FPL. Chelsea. Oh, there you go. I'll give my prediction already. Chelsea 3-1 versus Aston Villa. But before I go into that, and you guys drop your predictions in, I will. The last game between these two last season was also the final game of the 2020-2021 season. Yeah, it's a bit of a tongue twister, that one. Aston Villa did win 2-1, if you all remember, when Leicester bottled it and Chelsea could have finished outside the top 4, but they probably still would have made, well, they would have made it anyway, like mathematically or factually, having they won the Champions League. But they could have finished outside the Champions League if Leicester picked up their win, which they should have against Spurs. However, the first fixture between these two did end in a 1-1 draw. So last season, Chelsea picked up 1 point and Aston Villa picked up 4, so they've done the better over Chelsea last season. For Chelsea, though, the ins is obviously new signing from Atletico Madrid, Saúl Ñíguez. Do you like my little accents there? Saúl Ñíguez. You like that one? Yeah. Yo. Español. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Anyways, out Reece James with a red card. Yes, he's suspended and also suspended with a ban. Thiago Silva. We'll have to wait and see again. He might be out. I feel like he will be. But, you know, Premier League, they find a way sometimes with, money. But N'Golo Kante is a doubt for Chelsea too. He may not be risked for this game. However, he has recovered from an injury that he's sustained against Liverpool, but I don't think that Thomas Tuchel will risk him. And we may see Mateo Kovacic play. We'll have to wait and see. But Christian Pulisic is also guaranteed to be out with an ankle injury. Do you know what? I was actually thinking this when I saw that again. Christian Pulisic, if I was a Chelsea fan, we know his talent, we know his ability. Similar to the likes of Adama and Alan St. Maximan, like he flatters to deceive, he does so well, but then always lacks with his end products, whether it's the cross or the finish most of the time. His injury record is appalling, and I think you've got to cut ties on him now if you can make a sale, because his injury record is not going to get better, in my opinion. When it comes to those young players picking up injuries like that, and as they get older, it's just going to get worse. Ask Jack Wilshere, ask Abu Diaby. But yeah, I went for Aston Villa. Ezri Konsa could return. Leon Bailey may make a start, as well as Bertrand Traore. However, Emi Martinez, Emi Buendia being banned as they played for Argentina, and with the whole ban situation. Jacob Ramsey's a doubt, and so is Morgan Sanson. But even if they were all playing, I still think it would be difficult, and that's why I did go for, as I previously put up there on accident, as an idiot I am, 3-1 to Chelsea. Let me see what you're saying. Jake, 4-0. But I missed your comment there. St. Maximin will tear it up in the Championship next season. No how. Oh, you're kidding me. You know what? He probably will. Nah, he won't be in the Championship. They'll have to sell him. But yeah, no how. Oh, you don't rate St. Maximin at all. We're going to have words on that one. But yeah, 4-0 Chelsea win from Jake. 2-1 Chelsea win. Boring prediction. No Martinez for Villa. No Buendia too. So it could be worse. Benitez confirms Richarlison is available to play, so surely everyone else will. The difference is, Jake, with Richarlison, Brazil and Everton have a good relationship with each other. So, and because that Everton allowed Richarlison to play for Brazil in the Olympics as well as the Copa America in the summer, they're kind of like letting them off. So it's a bit different with that. That's a specific situation. But this is what I'm saying about the whole rule is stupid, and it's based on favoritism. Forget that. It should surely just rule for everyone. So yeah, apologies for that one, Jake. That's what it is. Jed Steer is surely not going to start. Exactly. That's why it's free. Minimum 3 goals if Jed Steer's in goal. Even if Martinez is in, I'll still probably see them conceding 3. So yes, 3-1 to Chelsea. And in the penultimate game, and then I won't spend too long on the final one, this is one of the most interesting games of the weekend. I don't know why I clicked on that one there. Leeds versus Liverpool at Elland Road. Elland Road's first since they've been back in the Premier League, this is the biggest game that the Leeds fans will have seen to this date since being back in the stadium. First game of the season last season, it was Liverpool. I'm sure you remember winning 4-3 at Anfield when Leeds did impress and they brought plaudits from everyone. So for Marcelo Bielsa's brave and attacking football, after Liverpool did win 4-3, Mo Salah hat-trick. Guys, Mo Salah your captain this weekend, or Ronaldo? We'll have to wait and see. Sorry, my hair's a mess. This is what I mean, how much of a rush job this was. But not like that you guys care about my hair anyway. You're here for the football. At Elland Road, this game did end in a 1-1 draw. So Liverpool picked up 4 points, Leeds 1, and this ended in a draw at Elland Road. So we'll have to wait and see there. For Leeds, Stuart Dallas is fit to start. Junior Firpo may be back. And so is Matthias Klick, who's fit to start too. As well as Daniel James could make his first appearance, given the fact that Rafinha, not first appearance, he's make his debut on starting, given the fact that Rafinha may be banned too. As well as Robin Koch having an injury. I have to say that quite fast so YouTube doesn't ban me or, do this for swearing. So yeah, Robin, you know who. Liverpool team news ins. There's no one returning that from injury for them. That's important because they would all have returned anyway. But outs, this is where it gets kind of sticky. And, with the whole ban situation, Fabinho, Alisson, and Firmino. But Firmino would have been out anyway, given the fact that he's injured. So given that news, I've still gone with, and this is quite of a big one. I haven't looked at your comments yet because I'm still here. 3-1 Liverpool. No, that's a Leeds then. 3-1 Liverpool. 3-1. I've gone with a 3-1 Liverpool win. Let me see what you guys are saying. Come on, drop your comments for this one. Drop your predictions, people. Know-how. They all have talent and ability. The question is, are they in form? Do the tactics suit? And are they confident and informed? True. Good point. Gonna make a big move. Leeds win 3-2. Okay, that's a big one. That'll be an upset of the weekend. It's the Premier League. There's upsets every week. If Arsenal beat Norwich, upset galore. I'm joking. But yeah, could be. You know what? Good shout. Remember that one, Jake? I mean, I'm going to remember all your predictions anyway. Guys, drop your predictions for the Leeds-Liverpool game as I move on into the final game of the weekend. And that is Everton versus Burnley. Oh, pardon me. Let me come back. Everton versus Burnley. So, the last time these two teams did face, who won this game? It was actually Burnley. Dwight McNeil scored a peach. Oh, that was a curling goal, that was. Do you remember that one? We curled it in. Oh, beautiful. Dwight McNeil. But yes, Burnley won 2-1. The last game at Goodison Park. However, the first game at Turf Moor ended in a 1-1 draw. So, Burnley, 4 points. Everton, 1. Rafa Benitez, can he stir it up? Can he put a team out that can perform better against Burnley than Carlo Ancelotti did? We'll have to wait and see. But in terms of, there is no actual ins and outs for this team, for this fixture yet. Apologies if my connection's going. I should be back now. Come on, pick yourself up. Anyways, so there isn't any team news out yet on this one. But I'm just going to give you a prediction anyway. I have gone for an Everton 2, Burnley 0. I think that Everton will win. They will grab the clean sheet as well. I don't think Burnley will have a good season, in my opinion. Even though they have started well, in terms of Burnley, I don't see them finishing in that top half. Probably fighting against relegation. I do think they will stay up, though, given the fact that Sean Dyche has this squad that he has built. Everyone raving about Maxwell Cornet, as I know that Fadsley has been. But let me go to the comments. You've dropped so much here. You've dropped some here. I think that Liverpool, every game is a big game because of their form. Leeds can do their thing. Yes, without too much pressure. He's gone for, without too much pressure. Leeds 1, Liverpool 0. Liverpool can't afford to drop points in terms of the title race because I do believe it's going to be that tight this season. They can't be dropping points against Leeds. And I don't think they will. I think that people are kind of underrating Liverpool, you know. Liverpool probably... They're not dark horses because everybody's like putting them in the title race. But I think they're kind of getting underrated. So I'm going for a Liverpool win, you know. Come on. Sean Dyche FC, you know it. 2-2, Burnley scoring 2 goals. Who would have thought? That's a fancy. You've come out with some rogue shouts, you know. You've come out with some big shouts. If you come right, I should make like a prediction league, yeah. And if you're right, it's a joke. But yeah, you've got 2-0 Everton as well. Yeah, me and Jake just on that grit screen partnership. When I mean grit screen, basically, guys, me and Jake used to play for the same football team when we was younger. And it was called grit screen. Leeds 2, Liverpool 1. Fadsley, he's gone for another Leeds win 2. Know-how going for a 3-1 Everton win. Fadsley, you getting your Everton? Oh, you've already got that one in, actually. So we're going to wrap that one up there. Let me bring this on here whilst I sort out my FPL. Should do. You know what? It's a good shout. I will consider creating that one. I will keep a track of your scores too, and I'll try and get that one sorted. Sorry, my hair's looking messy, Lionel Messi. But yes, create. I know what you mean. But yes, right now I'll have to just unshare my screen just in case I give my login details away. Okay, I think. Oh yeah, I'm on. So I might be able to. Guys, this is my current team that I'm working with. You ready? 3, 2, 1, shaboom. I played my wild card, people. Nah, that's not my team. Oh, no, he's at the moment. I'm still unsure. Sanchez in goal. I think that is a 4.5 million goalkeeper. I think that one's decent. Alexander-Arnold at the back for Liverpool. Rudiger, Luke Shaw, Ben White. Risky. That's my Arsenal one. There's my Arsenal player right there, Fadsley. I've got another one on the bench as well, Thomas Partey, but I'm thinking of taking him out. I'll tell you the reasons why I'm thinking. Obviously, Said Benrahma, Mohamed Salah, Jack Grealish, Cristiano Ronaldo, Ivan Toney, and Mikel Antonio. Basically, what I'm thinking, I'm actually thinking of getting Benrahma out the team and bringing in Adama Traore. I'm also thinking of taking out Grealish. So Grealish, Benrahma, and bringing in Jota for Grealish and Adama Traore for Benrahma. Let me know what you think. And also, let me know your teams. Let me know some of the changes that you've made. Fadsley, this is my boy. Come on, the guy who started talking about FPL. Have you joined the FPL league? Join my FPL league. It's in the description below. You can join after this video or whenever you can. I got Tierney and Pepe. They better do something. So, yeah, 2 Arsenal players starting. It's a risky one. You are having faith. Do you know what though? With Pepe, is he going to start? I think he will. Yeah, I think he will start Pepe. He may not. If Emil Smith-Rowe's fit, he may end up starting. It's Smith-Rowe, Saka, and Ødegaard. Them 3 behind Aubameyang. So it's a bit of a big one. Tuso Musi, nice to see you. I got 2 free transfers. I want to take a -8 to bring in Tsimikas, Williams for Tsimikas. Is that Tsimikas? Yeah. Bruno, Jota, or Mahrez. Mendy. What Mendy is that? Oh, Edwards. Is that Edouard Mendy? Scarlett. Oh, Ronaldo current rank 35k. Okay. You're currently ranked at 35k. Do you know what? I got 2 free transfers. Have you got a wild card? Have you still got your wild card, Tuso? Game week 5, free Antonio to Brentford. Game week 6, roll. Game week 7, 2 free transfers, -4 to Jota to Mount, DCL to Lukaku, Pepe to any 5.8. That's my plan. It's a decent one, Let me have a look at the 5.8 players at the moment. Who's 5.8? Transfers. Let's move on. You've got some decent players that could be a 5.8 transfer. So let's say get rid of Grealish, for example. Select replacement. Here we go on the side. Here we go. Oh, that's not based on price. How do you base it on price? There we go. How do you base it? Oh, here we go. Let's just do 6. Obviously, you've got... How do I sort this out, man? Why is it not based on price? Oh, there it is. Total points. My bad. Yeah. Okay. So 5.8 players. This may change, obviously. You got Van der Beek if he starts. Stuart Armstrong, Andre Gray, who smashed it at the start of the season. Ødegaard. Do you know what? I think I'd go with Ødegaard over Pepe and Fadsley, given the fact that the price difference. Then you got Harvey Elliott too, who's starting a few games. Sorry, I'm just having a look over my ring light. Pedence, Neves, Smith-Rowe. Martinelli's a 5.4. So, yeah, you got quite a few there. Sorry, let me hide that. You probably couldn't see it. And let me get that Everton Burnley one off. Apologies. So, yeah, Lukaku, Bamford, Ronaldo. Okay, is that your line for game week 7? With Salah, Trincao, Mount, and a 5.8 mids. Okay, so that's what you're looking at for game. Do you know what? I think you planned ahead. You've got this sorted, Fadsley. I don't really actually plan that far ahead because you can't in FPL with the Premier League, given injuries and and whatnot, and COVID as well. It's pretty difficult. So I find it that. But Lukaku, Bamford, Ronaldo, forward line in game week 7. What is game week 7 looking like? Let's have a look. Game week 7, Man United, Everton. Lukaku's got Southampton and Bamford. Where's Leeds? Watford. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad, Fadsley. You've kind of planned quite good ahead there. Anyone, let me know. Would you go for Adama and Jota? I know Adama's... you guys are going to be like, this guy don't know FPL. Is he talking about Adama? Have you seen how lethal Adama's been looking this season so far? Maybe next week he might be saying a completely different story. I know he's not usually an FPL player because he doesn't get the goals or assists that's required. But I think he might be on fire this season. I think he's a good shout. Obviously, Jota's a big one as well. Everyone's been talking. Do I get Jota in? I think it's a risk to get Jota in for long term, though, because you never know. Jurgen Klopp will bring Firmino back at some point, and Jota could drop to the bench. And even if Jota starts, we may see Jota get substituted for Firmino at points. Even if it's like 2-0 even if it's like 2-0 Liverpool and Jota hasn't scored, but he'll bring on Firmino for Jota just to give him a rest and do that rotation. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I think it's a bit of a mad one. I heard rumours Pepe might bench. Fadsley, that's what I'm saying. I don't think Pepe is a guaranteed starter for Mikel Arteta, even though he should be, because he's probably when Ober and Laka, behind Ober and Laka, is our third closest goal threat. Our third biggest goal threat, I mean. Ødegaard better move, yeah, but I don't know if Ødegaard doesn't have the stats. Do you know what? It's one of them ones. You are right. He doesn't really come out with the GAs like a Pepe, because Pepe takes penalties as well if Aubameyang's not. It's a risk either way with Ødegaard, but he will play a lot of games. Arteta does trust him. As long as he's fit, he will play. And do you think that Aubameyang will have a better season in front of goal? Because if you think Aubameyang's going to have a better season in front of goal, if Aubameyang scores 15 to 20 goals, I think Ødegaard will get 10 assists. Genuinely, because Ødegaard is going to be that important to Arsenal. You may have lost me. I may have dipped from connection a little bit. Before I carry on, I'll let this pick back up. Apologies, people. Apologies for that. Wi-Fi's moving a bit mad nowadays. I might need to switch it on and off. But yeah, let me know if I've dipped away, people. I should be back. But in terms of Arteta trusting, for me, FPL, it's all about nobody goes for Man City attacking players because Pep Roulette, unless it's Kevin De Bruyne. If you do go for City attacking players, fair play to you, because I wouldn't touch them with a barge pole because of Pep Guardiola. But for me, it's all about players. Are they going to get the consistent game time? If they're not on the pitch, they're not going to score. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's why Jota's a risk. Any Man City striker's a risk. Pepe is probably a slight risk as well because of that. He can get rotated out of the team when all players are fit. That's why I'm leaning towards Adama, because Adama's going to play every game for Wolves, whether winning or losing in the 70th minute, he will stay on. If they're winning, counter-attacking threat. Do you know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm leaning towards Adama, and I'm not too sure about going for Jota. We'll have to wait and see. People, I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm going to bring my big head back on the screen for you. Thank you so much for tuning in. This has been an hour Premier League preview. I'm going to roll through the predictions once again. Crystal Palace 1, Spurs 2. I've gone for Brentford 2, Brighton 2, Leicester City 1, Manchester City 3, Man United 4, Newcastle United 0, Southampton 1, West Ham 2, Watford 0, Wolves 2, Chelsea 3, Aston Villa 1, Leeds 1, Liverpool 3, and Everton 2, Burnley 0. I'm going to wrap this one up here, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you to everyone who has clicked on this video, whether you're watching this later too. I hope you have enjoyed it. Please hit that like button if you have enjoyed it. Comment. Let me know your predictions, because I'll be shouting you out in the reaction to the Premier League weekend on Tuesday. I'll do it on Monday before the Everton game. But yeah. And then we'll talk about it. We've got plenty of watch-alongs coming up as well. We've got a watch-along coming up tomorrow. We've got 2. I'm doing Arsenal, Norwich, and all the other 3 o'clock kickoff games. I'll keep you up to date on that one. I'll be doing those watch-alongs. So you'll be seeing Arsenal, Norwich, Brentford, Brighton, Leicester, Man City, Man United, Newcastle, Southampton, West Ham, and Watford, Wolves. I will be bringing updates. Come on, people. Join me. Have a chat. We can get chatting. You'll see my reactions, and we can have a few games and stuff as well, this or that. What do you prefer? Who do you prefer? Messi or Ronaldo, etc. Because that debate's been sparking up again, and it probably will spark up again if Ronaldo goes and has a good performance. So yes, Arsenal versus Norwich, and then also Chelsea versus Aston Villa in the evening. And then on Sunday, I will be doing the Leeds versus Liverpool. And then midweek, what is it back? Newcastle champions. Yes, I will be doing a watch along for those as well. I will decide later on, and we'll probably discuss that on Sunday's watch along or tomorrow's. We'll have to wait and see. So thank you very much for watching. Tish, what's she saying there? Hopefully you don't break down in the Arsenal game again. Thank you for reminding me of that pain. Now, I don't think I will. It's Norwich. We should beat them. But yeah, thank you once again, people. I'll catch you later, and I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, evening, or good night. Take care. Now end.